David, you good?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Again, thanks for coming out. You know, we're coming off of 15 productive practices. You know, when you have spring ball for us, our goal is to start identifying playmakers for the 22 season, to become experts in our systems in all three phases, stay healthy, and then continue to develop our roster. And, you know, with this being the 15th practice today, we feel like we come out and have done some of those things. We're still a work in progress for our 22 season. As you can see, it wasn't perfect out there, but I do like the way we competed in all three phases. We'll get some really good players back now that spring is over. The guys like Rakim Jarrett and Jay Sean Jones and Dante Demas, who didn't participate, are obviously key components on how we will be able to be productive as we go into our 22 season, as well as getting some of the young players that we recruited here to continue to add to the depth of our team. And so we're excited about it and look forward to getting back together here. The next time our guys are heading into final exams, our returning players report May 31st, and then our freshmen report the second week in June. And we'll start our preseason practices and workouts that lead up to training camp. So really excited about that. With that, I'll open it up to questions.
Start with Jacob Richmond.
Coach, you saw Roman Hemby make a big play early on. Talking about the running back room this year, who else do you think could be a playmaker, and what did you like out of like Hemby and McDonald today?
You know, I like the way that room has come along. When you look out, you know, unfortunately we dealt with the injury bug here the last week. I think Antoine's got a kind of a sprained ankle, and then Challen has been limited with a lower body injury and went out after a productive run there early. But the running back room, we've been able to create some depth there. Obviously, you saw Roman Hemby in the bowl game, and you saw him today. Kobe McDonald, really talented player for us. And then with the development of Antoine Littleton and also Challen coming back, that's one of the few positions of strength that we feel we have the type of depth we're going to need to get through the season, but also the talent in that room. And that's not even talking about the addition of guys like Ramon Brown who will be coming in. So feel good about that room, feel good about the second offensive line and how they've been developed as well.
Emily, to your right.
You mentioned the three receivers not participating. When you look at the guys who were out there, what did you like about Jacob and even the young guys, tight ends?
Yeah, this for Jacob, you know, to see him play fast, to see things kind of slow down for him on the field to where he could go out, and what you see is his natural ability and why he was a heavily recruited guy out of high school, and another weapon for us on the offensive side. Was really happy with the way he played. You see the continued development of chemistry between he and Leah. I thought Ty Felton had a big spring for us and continues to improve as a young player. And so what we've been able to do, even though we didn't have, you know, some of the guys that have played a lot of football around here for us and been productive for us at the receiver position, it's enabled us to develop some of the younger players and newer players, and that was really good to see out of us this spring, that position.
Right.
Coach, we saw Dante, Bo, and like Isaiah play the safety during the game. I just want to get your thoughts on just the overall depth you guys have at the safety position.
You know, still kind of a little bit concerned because, you know, with Dante and Bo, they both played some meaningful minutes for us last year. The guy that really I thought had a really good spring for us, and somebody that I'm looking to be one of those playmakers for us on defense, Glenn Miller being added to the mix back there as a safety and a nickel. Obviously, you know, Shane Mosley as well gives us some depth, but you know, that position group is an inexperienced group, and some of the inexperience showed today. Gave up a big pass play and then a missed tackle there for the touchdown. But to me, those are the types of things we want to see, be able to put on tape, and then figure out how to get those things corrected. It's a young group back there at the safety position, but they've got to grow up fast. Like I said, we've played Bo quite a bit. He played as a freshman last year. Dante Trader played in some very meaningful games for us as well, and we just got to continue to develop that position.
And I know you've spoken highly of Corey Dyche just a couple times, and getting a chance to play a little bit at the wide receiver room. And just kind of looking back on this spring, you know, obviously he's replacing Chig. So just how do you maybe see him developing this spring, and you know, what does he bring to already a deep receiving room?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with C. Dyche is he's grown as a leader. I mean, he's now a vocal guy. I thought his development last season and how he came along as a compliment to Chig, who Again, congratulations to Chig. I heard he just got drafted in the late in the 4th round, and excited for him and Nick. But Corey's development has been very important for us as a team because he's one of those guys that is a matchup issue. We intentionally moved him to receiver this past spring to develop his receiving skills, working with Coach Brewer, who's done a great job. But we see him being a movement tight end guy, kind of replacing Chig. We'll put him back in the tight end role, in the tight end position as we move forward, because we'll get some of the receivers back. So again, continuing to develop him. He has obviously the ability to be a playmaker for us in his system, and really like the way he's coming along.
Coach, what did you see from Ahmad McCullough today, and what's his role going to be moving forward on the defense?
I mean, shoot, you guys must have saw it because I just saw the stat sheet. He was voted as our lineman of the game, which is big. He's a physical player. Ahmad has been known around here as one of those guys that plays the game the way it should be played. Very physical. Last year played a lot of minutes for us as the inside linebacker. I guess he had 6 tackles today. I had a chance to take a peek at the stats, but he's a veteran guy. He's one of those guys that provides tremendous leadership for us. I like the way he continues to grow in our program and has really taken on a leadership role for us, which is going to be really important for us.
Coach, you talked about putting on a commercial for the fans. First 2 drives, I think it was 2 touchdowns, 6 plays overall. Getting out to those fast starts, kind of running, doing it quickly. Is that kind of something that's part of that commercial and kind of, showing out the offense that's returning?
I think the best commercial was seeing number 7 out there in his uniform, Dante Demas. Man, he looked impressive. I liked having him out there, and I'm very hopeful we continue to bring him along. But no, as an offensive guy, it's good to see us start fast. I'd like to see us finish fast. But as a head coach, I don't like the way defensively we defended things. And again, a missed tackle there really hurt us with the big play Roman made. Then they hit Corey on the crossing route, the deep cross country route. We underplayed the ball. So again, some things that we continue to have to work to get corrected. But it's good to see Leah, the chemistry, the offense start fast like that. As a head coach defensively, I want to see us defend it a little better, be a little more competitive.